Fellow explorers, the last year in California and really around the world has been full of lockdowns and rollbacks and re-lockdowns again. Well, if you're wondering what things are really like in California right now, that's what I'm going to tell you in this video. Last week, the governor announced the end of the regional stay-at-home order, which means that lots of things in California are starting to open back up again. So if you're planning a visit to California, you will find more things are once again reopening. In particular, you will find on-site dining is reopened again at restaurants. I am pretty excited about this one because in December and January, no on-site dining was allowed, but now people can eat outside in restaurants once again. Indoor dining is still disallowed by the state. Now, there's this complex web of state guidance, county guidance, and local guidance that makes it really confusing and different in different parts of the state. So there are 58 counties in California. 54 of them are currently in the purple tier, which is the most restrictive tier, which restricts dining to just outside dining. There are 4 counties, and I'll put them right here on the screen, that at this time actually have indoor dining allowed, but that's just a few of them and not the major ones that visitors go to. Now back to the outdoor dining. So what does that look like? Well, it could be on the existing patio that restaurants had. It could be on a new patio the restaurant has built. It could be in a parking lot. It could be on a sidewalk. Lots of cities have allowed restaurants to basically put tables and chairs almost anywhere they can so that they can serve as diners. Now I mentioned that indoor dining is disallowed across most of the state per regulation, but in reality, you'll actually find there's a number of restaurants offering indoor dining. In particular, OC Girl and I last week felt like some Korean barbecue, so we were calling around Korean barbecue restaurants to see which ones were open, which ones had outdoor dining available, and 2 of the ones we called said they did not have outdoor dining, but they did indeed have indoor dining. Now, it's an interesting contrast to see restaurants providing indoor dining when other restaurants are closed entirely or have closed off their inside entirely and still keep their outdoor tables closed. In particular, OC Girl and I ate at Baker's this past weekend in the Inland Empire, east of Los Angeles. Their lobby, which you could normally go in and order at and eat in, was closed off entirely. All the doors were locked. You could only drive through, and the 4 picnic tables they had outside, typically that you could eat at out there, those were closed off as well. So they really didn't want anybody even getting out of their car at Baker's. The other drive-thru I do want to mention that's almost the complete opposite from Baker's is In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger, long drive-through lines, but their lobby is open. The restaurant part's open, not for eating in, but you can walk in, you can place your order, you can use the restrooms, and then you can eat on the patio. So if you're looking for In-N-Out Burger, then you see a massive drive-through line, park your car, get out, go inside, place your order, and then just take it out to those tables, or even take it back to your car. Trust me, it'll save you 20 minutes of your life waiting in that long drive-through line. I mentioned restrooms. That is one part that's also hit or miss. Even though restaurants are open, their restrooms might not be open. So if you want to use the toilet, you might want to check that right at the beginning, or use it someplace like Target or Costco that does have toilets open, because many restaurants have closed off their toilet facilities. Now, the second positive trend of reopening in California is that hotels can now once again accept out-of-state guests. So if you're looking to travel to California and stay at a hotel, booking a hotel as an out-of-state guest should no longer be an issue, provided that the hotel that you want to stay at is open, because many hotels still remain closed. Now, if you are planning to stay in a hotel, you should plan for it to be a different experience than it used to. I recently stayed at a Hyatt Place hotel as part of a little bit of a staycation, and there was no breakfast buffet, the gym was closed, the pool was closed, and there was no housekeeping service at all. If I wanted towels or trash taken out, they'd bring those, but they wouldn't come in and make up the room. So plan for a pretty Spartan hotel stay if you're staying in a hotel in California. Now, another area that people often ask me about are theme parks. People say, Chris, when is Disneyland reopening? Short answer, I don't know, probably a long time. Downtown Disney, the shopping mall part of Disneyland, is currently open. The shops are open, and the restaurants are resuming on-site dining at Downtown Disney. Downtown Disney expanded into Disney's California Adventure, a small part of it, so you can go into Disney California Adventure currently free, and Disneyland has recalled their employees to restart on-site outside dining at Disney California Adventure as well. So by the time you watch this video, there might be on-site dining at Disney California Adventure for the part that's reopened that's free under Downtown Disney. If you want to see more of that, I've got a whole video about what that looked like prior to the regional lockdowns, which is what it would look like right now when things restart. Now, one theme park I'll definitely be monitoring is Knott's Berry Farm. They were offering some food festivals before all of this and were forced to end it early in December. Knott's Berry Farm is planning a new food festival to bring guests back to come into Knott's Berry Farm and eat some tasty foods and listen to some entertainment while they explore the park. As soon as Knott's Berry Farm announces that, I will put that out on this channel as one of the 1-minute shorts that I've been doing. So if you aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, click the bell to turn notifications so you don't miss any of my theme park updates. Now, there is one theme park that has announced an opening date. California's Great America theme park. They're located in the San Francisco Bay Area. They're owned by the same parent company that owns Knott's Berry Farm, and they have stated they are targeting May 22nd for their opening date. Is that meaningful? Is that an actual date? Not really, because there's no regulations that say they can open that, but I think they're just trying to put a flag in the sand and say, please, this is when we want to open. Governments, will you please let us open this summer? Bars and wineries are kind of open. What do I mean by kind of open? Well, bars and wineries that serve food have been allowed to open, and if you want to order an alcoholic beverage, you have to get it with food. The one thing that's maybe kind of weird in this is there's maybe like a number of food halls or food courts that have bars as part of them. Those bars have generally been open, but have often been requiring people to go to a stall that sells food first and then bring their receipt over to the bar to then get that stamped or something to get their beer. So just be aware that if you're looking to drink, you should also be looking to eat as well. I also get a lot of questions about beaches, parks, hiking trails. They are all open. The beaches were closed at the beginning of this pandemic, but thankfully people in California got with the right mind and reopened the beaches. Parks are open, but children's playgrounds sometimes are closed. The state says it's okay, but often local governments have been closing the children's playgrounds. Hiking trails are open, but many hiking trails are one way. I've even heard of some hiking trails requiring reservations before you go because they're so busy and popular. Now, one beach I do want to mention as a beach you might want to currently avoid right now, it's Venice Beach in Los Angeles. One of the most popular tourist attractions. Actually, more people go to Venice Beach in a given year than Disneyland. Venice Beach is one giant homeless encampment right now. Lots of homeless have made their way to Venice Beach, and Los Angeles is not relocating any homeless encampments currently due to the pandemic, so the Venice Beach boardwalk might be one to put on your avoid list until the homeless situation is a little bit more under control there. Museums, zoos, galleries, and aquariums are all open, but only for outdoor operations, which means that really most museums remain closed, most aquariums remain closed. Zoos, typically outdoor places, so you'll find most zoos open, including the San Diego Zoo. An interesting thing that is an aquarium that you wouldn't think about is SeaWorld in San Diego. They are reopening as an outdoor aquarium coming up here this month in February. So it's not really a theme park, but if you are actually looking for a theme park, consider SeaWorld the outdoor aquarium. Now, while everything was pretty much closed in December, one thing that was open and is still open now are botanical gardens. California has a lot of great botanical gardens, particularly here in Southern California. There's the Descanso Gardens, the LA Arboretum. There's also the San Diego Botanical Garden. Those are all open, though you often have to buy a ticket and make a reservation online that are timed reservations, and these places do fill up. So if you want to go to botanical garden or zoo or theme park or any of these places that require tickets, I would encourage you to get your ticket at least the day before to make sure you've got a spot. Farmers markets all across California have reopened with more space, more social distancing protocols. I would describe farmers markets as slightly less lively than before. Some farmers markets are enforcing a no-touch protocol, meaning that you can't pick up the fruit and vegetables yourself. You point and the vendor picks it up and bags it and gives it to you. Also, many farmers markets that had prepared foods are often having less prepared foods, and then you'll often find there, if you do get prepared foods, then there's no place for you to eat it there. Now, one thing that's definitely open are the tribal casinos across California. There are a lot of these casinos, so if you are looking to gamble and you don't want to make your way all the way to Las Vegas, check out some of the tribal casinos. You'll find indoor gambling. You'll often find indoor restaurants there as well. well, because the tribal casinos operate off a different jurisdiction than that of the California state. Now, finally, if you are coming to California or you live in California and you're finally starting to venture out, I would encourage you to check the hours of operation of any place that you're going, because hours of operation of restaurants, stores, almost everything are limited and different than they were before. IKEA, for example, now closes at 7 p.m. Really? IKEA, the huge furniture store, closes at 7 p.m.? Yeah, they close at 7 p.m. now. So don't wait until too late at night to get your dinner, or you might find out that nothing is actually open. Now, while some of this may have come off as doom and gloom and depressing, I don't want it to seem that way. There are lots of things open in California, but just plan on doing most things outside. I, for one, am particularly happy that on-site dining returned, because I've been spending a lot of time eating things in my car, off the trunk of my car, and I don't know, when I'm just sitting in a parking lot, hanging out at the trunk of my car, eating my burger, I feel like I'm skulking around or doing something that I'm not supposed to, and so I'm really glad that I can get my burger, particularly In-N-Out, and just eat it at the table right in front of it like a human being once again. Well, if you want to know more about California's reopening, you want to take a look at what Disneyland looks like, you can check that out right here, or if you want to see more of my videos from Orange County beach cities, you can check those out right here. Well, as usual, I won't say goodbye, because I'll see you in one of these videos.